Dr. Tiana is in the house. Can you feel that Sagittarius?
Whoa, Tarek. And yes, I want to just, I'm so moved by your work and who you are that this was literally for everyone. That's why I rarely put, is there a replay to this access, Tarek? But this was one of the, the
Wow.
release while you're releasing and doing such deep, deep soul work. You did it for all of us.
Mm,
And
wow.
for me, especially the timing, this month, July, is the anniversary of my mother's passing into the light. And
Hmm.
inside the womb, um, I've been caring for her, and she was abusive my entire life. But we transformed it through forgiveness before she passed so we could have a soul to soul conversation before she dropped into dementia that was life changing. And I could feel
Hmm.
any residuals that were still left just I'm I'm blown,
Wow.
Eric. I'm I'm absolutely blown. Uh,
Wow. Happy anniversary to your mom's transition.
yes, thank you, thank you. Yes, it's her 1 year birthday into the
Wow.
light.
Oh, beautiful. 1 year birthday. Okay.
That's what we call it, the 1 year birthday into light. Starsky
I love
celebrated
that.
a year and a half, and my mother celebrated a year.
Beautiful. Well, sister, I'm so glad you're here, and forgive me for the change in times. We'll definitely do a second one in the next few days. And for now, is
There's
there anything I could do to support you?
there is no need for forgiveness, first, Tarek. You're human. It
All
happens, and
guilt cleared.
yeah, it's like in divine order. It was funny. I was going to get off, and my spirit said, "Stay, keep it on. He's
Wow.
coming." And my whole work
Wow.
is about trusting that knowing.
Yeah.
If I can't live what I teach, well, I might as well stop doing
Yeah.
it. So even though my head was going,
Yeah.
"What? No, it's a reboot." It's like, go to sleep, honey. Go to sleep. Leave it on. And
Yeah.
when you did come on and ask me to unmute, I have renovations going on in the house, which is very quiet right now, so we could do our work. And I couldn't come on because he was
Yes.
drooling, and I didn't want to bring that energy into the group.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, no, thank
Divine
you.
time.
And
Welcome.
really, I'm just piggybacking on what Manisha has jump started that immense quantum leap. I feel like ever since I came back from Puerto Rico, um,
Mm.
I've had a quantum leap. I mean, when you almost die in the river in a tropical jungle,
Whoa.
clinging onto a rock.
Tiana, what did you get into, sister? What
What?
did you get into? What did you get into? What did I?
Oh, that's a story for us offline. I don't want to take your precious time here, but
Okay.
yeah, it was,
Okay.
but everything is in divine order. And I know that, even though in that moment I'm clinging to this rock for dear life. And the people that I was with were just eyesight away, but they couldn't hear me. They couldn't feel me.
Mm.
And every time I tried to just swim through the gap of where that rock was, it kept pushing me back against it. And I was like, all
Mm.
these belief systems were coming up. Like, no, even when I pay for support, I don't get it because I actually had an assistant with me that because I had the heart failure was supposed to be watching out for me. Aha. I'm invisible. I mean, you name it, it came up, and I'm clinging to the rock when I hear William from beyond laughing, 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 and saying, "Founder of the GPS code, now would be a good time to run it."
Wow.
So I ran the code
Underwater.
and I heard, "Let go. We've got you."
Mm.
Now imagine for an ego to let go anyhow is a challenge. But
Mm.
imagine an ego that thinks its life is on the line in a freezing cold water where the hypothermia was setting in and my heart was going into arrhythmia. let go. Are you effing crazy? You know?
Make no
But I
logical
let
sense.
go. Yeah, it was like beyond logic. I trusted, I let go. I don't remember how I got to the mouth of the river where my bag was positioned, my towel was positioned, and I was able to just get warm. And then I heard a rock say, "Come to me." And it was in the sun. I've got your back.
Mm.
And that almost dying and yet being really the only thing I had was trusting myself through the code, and I was wearing the patches of light. That was like an eye opener, Tarek. And then later on in that same journey, before I came home,
Did we lose you? We might have lost your audio, Dr. Tiana, for a second. So let's just give it.
and what I could use your help and support.
Yeah, it just cut.
Oh,
Your lost 5 seconds.
oh, okay. Well, it's interesting. It cut out where I was saying where I could use your help. That's one of the hardest things for me to ask.
It's
That
just not able to receive support. It's playing out.
exactly. And giving more than I asked for. So that is something that I know as I clear and heal it in me, I will be able to do better service for others.
Mm-hmm.
Because I take on so much. I handle it. That's my mastery. But then I don't, then it takes me a while to do the recovery and go the next step.
Yeah.
Whereas if I could delegate appropriately and hold people to what their promise to me is with love, but then being human with love, and so I could be a better service to myself and to others. That's my
And just out of curiosity, Dr. Tiana, when you find yourself giving, is there some overgiving in what you're requesting support with? Yeah, giving more than I asked for.
Yeah, I give. Yeah, I give beyond the call of duty.
So help me out with this. The reason why I feel I need to give more is because
I have so much. I mean,
okay.
I've been given so much. I mean, on energetic levels from that spiritual experience of awakening that I had at 13, and then several others.
So, Dr. Tiana, let's just see if there's anything else here. So I have to give so much because,
to those who much is given, much is expected. You know that old saying?
Yeah.
I feel like that's part of it.
Mm-hmm. And if you just tune into the energy of the receiver when you're giving so much, is less, is it a case of less is more, or are they actually receiving like, like how is it for the receiver when you're giving a lot?
They love it. More. They either super adore me, or the ones who are givers super adore me. The ones who are takers see how little they can get away with giving back.
Okay. And how do you feel in one of the examples where you felt like you overgave? How does it feel inside of your being?
Exhausting. Like,
okay, so
I'm tolerating, I'm not celebrating.
Yeah. Got it. So it's not coming from the heart. So let's make sure so that's why I was trying to dive in deeper, because there has to be some program that isn't a heart-based program that we're listening to, which is causing the exhaustion. Because if we're listening to our hearts, it's not going to lead to exhaustion. So, as much. So it's like you've been given all these things, so now you're responsible and expected to give them, and a lot of it in order to honor the fact that you've been through these things and you want to pass it on. So let's just make sure. I'm just getting the image of a teacher when we were, in kindergarten school. A teacher trying to give us so much because they know so much, right? But we also want to make sure that we're giving it to our students size as well, right?
Yes. Yes, and Tarek, as you were saying that, what I flashed on, and I
Yeah.
connected these dots before, but never quite this way right now. And that is when I was in the womb, my mother was given too much anesthesia. She literally
Mm.
almost died. And so
Mm.
I had to carry her, but I also had to push hard to carry me to be born,
Mm.
like a survival thing.
Mm.
And I pushed and I pushed, and obviously I'm here for a long time. Um, but I pushed. I was forceps delivery. So when I actually emerged, I look like an alien. I've shared this with very few people. I literally look like an alien. My poor little head was like a cucumber, and they had to put it in a
Mm.
vice to push it down. And I
Okay.
somehow that just came up and just startled me.
Wow. Okay, so let's include birth trauma. And what two things with that one? I've been told last week by two people that when they look in my eyes, they're like, "You look like an alien, like a galactic alien." Um,
Yeah, I am, but
and
I am. It's just I don't want to look the part.
you want to blend in, otherwise it will scare the crap out of everyone. And then the second thing, I was getting this download. Nirjarini created a whole process of like birth trauma and womb trauma, and the fact that you and Anisha brought that up, and I know have a lot there. I'm just getting the downloads for me and Nirjarini to have a chat and maybe do like a 5 week series and just walk us through these. All the significant things that happen from conception to a little bit past birth, and just make sure we give ourselves like a month and a week just to really clear any lingering things, because that's you could spend a whole lifetime just working on the things that. And then side note, putting it out, if you guys are interested, let me know.
No,
I'll
I
follow through
could,
with
I could piggyback on that, Tara, because a lot of the essence of my work, especially my deeper work with
it.
clients, is that whether it's past
Yeah.
life, future life, the parallel, it's anchored in this life, usually from pre-birth to birth. I have done so much work
Okay.
on that level, and every human being who's not just super like expanded awake, there's patterns there that are not just
So
beliefs, they are
maybe we
imprints.
could do like a 1 week, like a 1 week, like a retreat, like 1 week online summit, and then just have all of us pitch in for this cause, just to really honor it and dedicate it. But I'll definitely reach out and then we'll talk about it further. For
I would
now,
love that.
let's make
That
sure.
would be big mitzvah for the world, Tarek. Yes. I got God
Yeah.
shivers on
So we'll call it a trauma, birth trauma,
mm-hmm.
uh, and we'll just commit, dedicate it to the inner child. For now, let's get you receiving sister. Would you like an
Okay,
infinity
thank you, my
healing?
love. Thank you, thank you.
Very welcome. Would you like an infinity healing to clear any part of you that is not able to experience feeling infinitely supported, not able to receive support, not able to get support? Anywhere where we encoded the lack of support is what we're experiencing. The disappointment, the inability to receive, to experience support, feel supported, and just have that new default setting, starting with the root chakra, just to have experiencing infinite support on all levels. Would you like that?
Yes.
Yes. So just anchor in, just with an emotion right now. What does it feel like to be supported on all levels? Just encode that emotion into your being.
Okay.
I'm supported physically. I'm supported spiritually. I'm supported psychologically. I'm supported on all levels. My inner child is supported. My body is supported. My aura is supported. My every part of my being is supported.
Ooh, yes.
Right. And blocks to that fully? Would you like infinity healing to be done?
Yes.
Yes, beautiful. Would you like an infinity healing to clear the pattern of no one is there for me when I need them, supported, ignored, invisible, um, all of that? Would you like to? Okay. And Dr. Tiana, if you want to mute yourself and continue, that's fine. If there's going to be noise, if not, it's fine. Would you like an infinity healing to show the mind, the ego, how letting go that you're able to, show the mind, the ego that it's safe to surrender to the divine flow? Would you like that?
Yes.
Show the ego, the mind, that it's safe to trust in this infinite flow, in the infinite self, in God's source universe.
Yes.
Be clear that feels the need to give more than what is feeling guided to give.
Yes.
You like an infinity healing to master the art of tuning into the energy. And one of my mentors is really good at this. She will just, when she had a group and she was helping, she would literally set the intention that there's one piece, like there's one nugget for each person. We can do a 2-hour healing for every person in the group, right?
Yeah.
But I love she had the discipline, and I could tell she had worked on herself to go, okay, Manisha, you got this one nugget from today's session? Great. Dr. Tiana, we got one nugget anchored in? That's great. We can get 20 more nuggets anchored in, but like one, okay, and then move on. So would you like to master that art of just when we're giving, just tuning into the energy and going, okay, that right now,
yes,
owner value, like just any part of us that feels it's not enough. I need to give more. I need to give more in order to receive more. I need to give more in order to be acknowledged more. It's not enough. Would you like to clear any and all of those programs in all space-time dimensions on all levels?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes. Any part of us that feels like we're being stingy or like holding back, like it's bad to hold back when you can give more. Would you like to clear that guilt or that program and just really embody the sacred wisdom of less is more? There's a reason why people say less is more. There's wisdom to it. So to really to master that art of giving, less is more, anchoring it in, allowing, receiving, giving, flowing, just a different energy where you come out of it thriving on all levels. You're energized, you're inspired. Would you like that?
Yes.
And any part of us that feels like we need to do it as opposed to hold space for our clients to do it or hold space for God's source energy to do it, would you like an infinity healing to really show the mind how it can feel valued, honored, appreciated? Because the mind has this thing where it's like, what am I doing here? I need to do something. So let's honor the mind that feels that it wants to be a part of this. It's like a little kid that doesn't, it's like a grown-up conversation and the little kid being like, hey, I want to be a part of this. And you know how parents are like, well, can you do this little thing? And the kid feels like it's a part of it. With the mind, especially when it comes to spiritual things, that it just needs something to go, okay, I'm part of this process. I'm doing something here. So would you like an infinity healing to show the mind that, what its role is and really allowing other parts to do their thing as well?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like an infinity healing to allow the emotions when you're done holding space, offering, giving, that it only comes from the heart, only comes from your overflow while keeping our cup full?
Yes.
Yes, to be the masters of receptivity. Would you like that?
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. And of receptivity, unconditional receptivity, so I can receive it and I don't need to give anything back. And it's okay for me to fully unconditionally receive. Would you like that?
Whoa, yes.
Yeah. And all we want, Dr. Tiana, is just to bring in more light, more observation in this department, meaning it doesn't have to be perfect right after now, although it may just fully anchor in and be fully perfected. But just let's also anchor in more light and observation in this area so we're observing our energies when we're giving, we're observing our energies where we're receiving, and just allowing God's source to anchor in into our beings the right feeling. There's the way to give where it feels right, it's from the heart. A way to receive where it feels right, it's into the heart, it's unconditional. And anytime where it goes off of that track, that we're just bringing more awareness and observation, so then we know how to bring it back. Would you like an infinity healing for that?
Yes.
Yes, to delegate better, to give from your overflow, give and receive from the heart unconditionally, clearing any childhood traumas of needing to carry yourself, be your own parent at an early age, your own parent, mom, dad, care for your mom, hold the energy, do the work for mom or dad as a child to clear that and show you how you can now allow your inner child, like as you being the mom and dad for your child, so that it can just receive experiences where it can just be, it can play, it can let go of responsibilities, be taken care of, all and everything else. Would you like that?
Yes.
Great. And when you tune into your energy of giving and receiving and less is more, how does that feel different compared to before?
Oh, wow. The image I saw at the cathedral that was a healing of my physical heart and the spiritual experience is what I felt, the rays of blue and pink just coming out, that balance of the masculine and feminine within myself. Instead of the feminines out ahead and the masculines way behind, they're
Yes.
flowing out together.
Beautiful.
Wow.
That's beautiful. And you at your most powerful, right? It's otherwise it's like one wing, one wing and stronger than the other. You can fly like this.
Exactly. You're not going to get very far.
Awesome. Dr. Tiana, I'm so glad that you brought that up. I feel that's universal. I feel that's something that unites a lot of our tribe, have that as a core, um, challenge. And I'm very curious to see how things unfold when it comes to giving and receiving.
I saw the infinity sign right now go into my heart like being breathed in. And that's
Sorry, can you say
beautiful.
that again?
Oh, I saw
Just
the
breathing the energy.
infinity sign into my heart.
Beautiful.
And then the flame, like my logo flame, just coming up all the way out through the top of my head.
Yeah.
It's like an imprint. Thank you, Tarek. My whole body isn't, God should, I'm very visceral.
I was like, I just got into spiritual tattoo. I'm like, I'm gonna become a spiritual tattoo artist, and do tattoos on
Yeah,
people's
that and
aura.
more. Yep, that and more. My brother, that and more. Whoa. Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anna.
No, thank you. Thank you, Derek.
You're very,
And
you're
just
very
amazing.
welcome. Manisha said thank you. This feeling was very powerful for me too, and I have received too.
Yay,
Win, win, win.
we're a team here. We're a team. You started it. Tarek, you held it and fired it up, and we just climaxed it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Dr. Tiana, I'll send you an email. I really love this idea of this, just dedicating, bringing a few healers who can really support in our inner children. Just being on a podcast the other day, hearing the podcast interviewer say that he had his first experience with alien beings or higher dimensional beings, and he was saying how the advice they gave him wasn't like go out and solve the problems of planet Earth and change the technologies and whatever. It was heal your inner child. It's like go back to basics. Like if you really want to evolve, these higher dimensional beings that in our minds, maybe I was projecting, they would say something way more profound. The most powerful thing was to heal the inner child. So that alone.
And I know why they said that, Eric. I know why they said that.
Why?
Here's the secret.
Why?
The free child, not the wounded child, the free child has the gateway to your infinity of your soul and all possibilities of its blueprint. That's what I saw in my near-death experience.
Okay. So it says in the Bible, you must be you can't enter heaven unless you're in a childlike state, which I interpret like we need to be in that childlike innocent vibration in order to enter the higher realms and states of being. So if the inner child's wounded and it's not able to be there, then how can we go to this, if we're being invited to go into higher ways of being on planet Earth? We can't go there if we're taking all this like guilt, shame, blame, anger, resentment, unforgiveness. We can't enter that state of heaven, state of being, which is heaven, state of being. Okay, beautiful. Let's share that the rest in the summit. Let's keep some of the
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And we give it to people as a ripple gift of awakening, because that is major transformation.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you so much. Let's conclude with a prayer. Please, Source, God, Goddess, Universe, Mother Earth, all the energies and beings that are here to support us in this time. We give you infinite permission to do all that you know to do that is for our highest good and the highest good of all beings on planet Earth in all space-time dimensions, now and forever. Thank you so much for today's session and all that happened to allow this to happen in the way it did. May all beings know peace, know love, know empowerment. May we all remember who we are. Please deepen today's feelings, take them to their infinite next level, share them with our inner children, parents, ancestors, all time dimensions. Include more than what we know to ask for so that this or something greater will happen. Help us manifest all our heart's desires so that we may feel fulfilled on all levels. Connecting to the divine from the heart of our hearts and saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. All right, guys. Just
and so it is.
Yes. Please ground in your.
Yay!
Yes. So this concludes our session. Thanks for your energies. Thanks for being here. And you're very welcome. Anyone who missed this call, I want you to know think of this as a bonus call, and we will do one as soon as possible before the end of the month to make up for the one that was missed. So stay tuned. Lots coming up. I love you. I appreciate you. Keep shining.
Always love you so much. Much love. Big hugs.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.